Hi everybody, welcome. Carlo Mombelli here once again from Johannesburg, South Africa, in my little space here. And I'm sitting down today because I want to show you a few things on how I use my pedals and the line setup for a certain composition of mine called In Between I'll Eat Dark Chocolate. Now there's a little bit of a story behind that. I just want to move this microphone because maybe it's in front of my bass. All right, there. Now you can see the top of my bass. I wanted to explain this composition because it's quite specific in my lineup, in my line settings, where I take my bass and I split the signal into two and I bring it back into one signal again, and the reason why I'm doing that. So there's a long story behind this piece of music, but before I get to that, I want to tell you that, so I had a recording session booked in Basel in Switzerland. We've got incredible engineers there, and in an amazing studio with my band, my European band called Stories. Consisted of cello, trombone, bass, drums. And I was very excited to go and do this recording, and a friend of mine, friends of mine, husband, wife, they've got this chalet, this little house up in the Swiss Alps, and they said, "You're welcome to go up there with your wife." And I thought, okay, well, now's the right time. So I said, I'm coming to Switzerland to do the recording. Can I have that space before I go up there to prepare, to practice, compose a little bit more? Because up there's a blinking a beautiful piano. They when they built the place, they're also musicians. They took with a helicopter. They had this grand piano dangling underneath, and they took it up and they placed it. There's this place up in the Swiss Alps with a piano. To get up there, you have to take a small, tiny little cable car, tiny to go up there. We had all our food up there, groceries with us for cooking, and up there's just cows with cowbells and a cheese farm. Even higher up. So I spent a week up there composing and practicing, preparing myself, and there's very little cell phone signal. And why that's important to tell you that is because just before I went to Europe to record, I had this gig that I was supposed to do, and these promoters asked me, could I do the support act for this jazz avant-garde thing that was coming to South Africa? I said, sure, it'll be nice. And then they said, but can you play not more than 8 minutes? So I said, okay, well, that's like nearly one song. Okay. And then they said, oh, can you just play one composition, just one piece? And then I started getting sounded a bit weird to me. They want me to play with my whole band set up just one piece. And then it came down to, can you play 3 minutes? So I said, no, look here. Let me rather not play. It doesn't make sense, me playing for 3 minutes, and you rather just do the whole band. I didn't realize there was some other stuff happening, and it turned out to be quite a political thing. Okay, there's my famous dog barks in the background because I'm making these videos all in my house. But anyway, I decided to pull out. But made no sense. And then when I was in Switzerland, every now and again, when I got some internet coverage, I got messages from people that were so happy that I cancelled, because it was a whole political thing. In the end, people were saying, "Viva Mombelli, viva!" I said, oh, wow, okay. And then I started getting other messages from the other pillar really slanderous. People really like putting my head on the chop block and were so nasty towards me. And I was stuck in between these two pillars. I mean, I wasn't involved in this whole thing. And I was sitting there. I had my bass on, thinking about this. I had some chocolate with me. I ate this dark chocolate. And I wrote this piece of music called In Between, I'll Eat Dark Chocolate. And I came up with this loop up there. Let me play the loop. Let me just record it. So I'm going to record it because I had my jam man up there and I recorded this loop. There I have it. So I had this loop going. I just want to see if this is still going. My computer. 1 second. There we go. It's recording. So I'm recording on Logic here at the same time. And this loop is going, and I came up with this melody. I had it at the piano. I put it on the bass, and I had a cello was going to play with me. Was my melody that I wrote on top of this. Then I started soloing on this, but and I wanted to have something else, I felt I needed to reverse my sound. So I made an effect where I can reverse my sound. Then I made an effect where I can pitch shift up 2 octaves. I'm going from 0 to where I could center. I could play really crazy out to try and express my feelings about this whole process. Then I'm thinking, how could I do this live? Because now I'm playing, the drummer has to try and listen to the loop. That's going to be really difficult for him to sync to my loop. So I decided I'll only bring the drummer in when I take over the loop in real time when I play, because then I can breathe with him and he can breathe with me. And to do that, I needed to put my loop on a separate channel where I could bring the volume down and still be live at the same time. So that's why I have to split the signal. So I'm going to take over now. I'm taking over. At the same time, my foot notice I'm starting to I've taken the other loop away. So I've split the signal. So the moment that I come in and start playing, the drummer realizes, okay, now he can start playing with me, because now we can start breathing together. The other loop's still there, but I've managed to decrease the volume as I'm playing. So I do a crossfade between the loop station and the live playing. And that's basically my setup on In Between I'll Eat Dark Chocolate. Let's go down to, let me sit on the floor and show you how I've gone about creating this special setup for myself. All right, so let's go down there. Okay, here I am on my knees. Let me show you. So my bass is going into this line 6 modular stomp box, which I can put 6 different types of effects on here, but I can only use 3 at the same time. So I can either have this one on, or this one on, or this one on, or this one on, and I can have 2 different things, and this one on or this one on. I can put different effects on there as well. The other nice thing about this is I've got this expression pedal. So I can have, for example, I can have here, I've got a reverb that's a very, very small reverb that you can't hear, but you can actually feel it if I switched it off. That's what I like about, but I always play with a reverb that you can't hear, but if I switch it off, you can feel that it's completely dry. And then I've got the pedal, I've set the pedal on a very long reverb when the pedal is down. I've set it here on the mix, so that the mix is there's more of the reverb in it and a little bit of a longer reverb. I can set it here on my screen with these little knobs here, and when it's down, it's back to the more drier reverb. So as I'm playing, if I want a longer reverb, I can just bring it in. That's the nice thing about this pedal, I can bring it in. Suddenly I've got a long reverb. I can have a long reverb just on two phrases and bring it back out. So I can actually just work and manipulate between the long reverb, the short reverb and the long reverb. And the same thing with my reverse. That's my reverse sound. It's actually set to 0 at the moment in my mix, and as I bring it in, it brings in the mix to 100%. So I can be playing, and if I just want 2 notes to reverse, I just quickly play the 2 notes reverse and I bring it back again. Now for me to get it, that I've got this mix with the that I can play with the loop and fade it out. This is how I do it. So I do it, I've got a little AB box with a loop station. So I've got my one pedal, I've put the lights that this is my main signal, this side, and then this is my, I've got it that on, this is actually A and B, but my main signal is B because I want my B to be this side, and A is where I want to loop something. So I've got my loop, so I've got this going into my AB box, my main signal, and then I'm splitting the signal into 2 signals. Okay, my main signal and my going to my, so follow this cable is going all the way to the jam man. So I can, if I want to record something, I make sure that I'm on this side, I record it, all right, it's still there, I'm playing it, okay, and from there, it's going into a, can you see this all nicely here? Let me put some more light on here. There we go. So from there, my signal goes, this is just the loop signal, it's going into the volume pedal, and the volume pedal is where the volume pedal, it's not on my main signal. So if I'm playing, my main signal, it hasn't got a volume pedal. The only thing that's got a volume pedal is my jam man. And how do I get everything going back again? So I've got a little mixer where I go. Let's just stop that. Oh wait, I can play it. So I've got a little mixer. So my main signal is going out into channel 1. My jam man is going through the volume pedal into input 2, channel 2. And then so I basically split the signal here, and here I make it into one again. I've got one output that goes into my amp or my DI. So this is quite a nice little DI for bass, a Sans amp. So I go directly into my DI, and my DI goes to the desk, or it goes to the amp. So basically I split the signal here, and I bring it back into one signal here. So therefore, here I am on my jam man signal, and it's going into there. Then I go onto my main signal, and that's playing through, and this is busy. That's I can bring the volume down, but it's still going through. My bass is still going through to the main line and out to the DI. I hope that makes sense to you. Okay, that's a little insight to how I play my with my loops live. I record my loop, and I don't want the drummer to play on the loop, because the loop itself doesn't breathe in a way that the drummer has to really focus on the loop and then the drummer's not free to play. It's better when I'm playing with the drummer on the loop, that I can breathe with the drummer and the drummer can breathe with me. And that's basically insight on how I manage to fade in and out of my loops using this crazy little setup in the composition. In between, I'll eat dark chocolate. Okay, till next time. Thanks. Luigi. Hey, my boy. How are you? This is Luigi. This is the dog that you sometimes hear in my videos. I'd just like to end off this little session, and I hope you enjoyed it. I just want to show you basically my book, that all the stuff that I show you, my compositions, are found in a book. I put them all in a book called Pulses in the Center of Silence, and with beautiful scores of the full lead sheets, full scores, and solo bass pieces. And I've put together a little bit of my approach on how I see music, things that are important to me. So I've got 5 chapters that I've written up front. The first chapter, the elements, which I feel are tone, time, taste, ears, and technique. And I speak about each of the elements. And then chapter 2, the 4 P's, passion, practice, perseverance, and passion, the journey to the elements. Chapter 3, composition and improvisation, my approach. I write about it, how I feel about it. And then originality, chapter 4. I really feel everyone is an original. And I'll give you an insight to how I feel about that. And then chapter 5, learning and teaching. I mean, can creativity be taught, etc. And so there's quite a. I hope it's going to be an inspirational bit of writing for you. And then you have all the compositions, and this you can get from real African publishers, Johannesburg-based publishing company, and see below for the link and the website for that. Until next time, peace and love, everyone.